Hello everyone, my name is Zachary Gillum and this is
Jeff Ashley, and we are Team Evermore.
We're going to be going over Dragonstrike Infernus.
Yes.
The set review starting with the Light Civilization.
Well, starting with super rares and then the Light Civilization. Because it goes by super rare first.
No, we're just going to go
Light
Civilization.
Okay, so you don't have it in order, never mind.
Yeah, well, it is. Okay. Sort of.
So anyways.
Andromeda of the Citadel is a level 9 Celestial Dragon. It's a double breaker. It has the ability Fortress of Light, so whenever it enters the battle zone, put the top 2 cards of your deck into your shield zone, face down as new shields. And it also has Awe Strike. Whenever a creature attacks your opponent, choose one of his or her untapped creatures in the battle zone, tap that creature. With 11,500 power, it hurts people.
Based on testing that I've done so far with Trevor, one of our other team members who's not on camera today, he's back there filming. But anyways, this card is absolutely amazing. The 2 new shields is ridiculously good in my opinion.
Especially if you pop down 3 in one game.
And the new promo coming out.
Yeah, Dorado. Combos well with Dorado. And by the way, I have had a question on this and did a little bit on it, on All Strike, the one that they tap down a creature. If you have 2 of them on board, they obviously have to tap down 2 creatures whenever they swing with the 1 creature. So they have to tap down 2 more creatures. But if they only control 1 creature on the board, they can still attack with that 1 creature. They do not have to have that other creature on board to tap down for that ability. So all in all, this is probably my favorite super rare, honestly, after testing.
Oh, definitely.
I don't have a favorite. I haven't tested any of this stuff yet.
We've been testing since last Sunday.
I know. I'm waiting for my boxes. Let's go.
This is a 5-drop, or it's called Arachnopods. It's a Skyweaver. It's a creature that has Blocker and Skirmisher, which you guys all know what those are. And then its ability is Spyweb Signal. Whenever this creature blocks, choose one of your other creatures and untap it with 4,500 power for 5 mana.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it's just there, you know. It's one of those cards, you know. It could see maybe a 1-of, I don't know. Probably not.
No, I wouldn't say that. Do you know what I feel like this would be fun with? The one that whenever it blocks, tap one of your opponent's
Star Lantern.
creatures. Star Lantern?
Star Lantern, yes.
So it could
Oh yeah, because then you could tap, or when they attack, you could Star Lantern, tap 2 their creatures down, block with Arachnopod, and then untaps the whatchamacallit, and
Do you really think they're gonna attack with something that'll die to Star Lantern first, though?
Not always. Sometimes. Sometimes.
And is Skyweaver a new race?
I think so. Yes, it is.
I believe.
So let's move on to the next card.
Yes.
Because that one's not that good.
This is a level 5 evolution creature. It's a Skyforce champion, and its name is Aurora Valkyrie. It has
Aurora Valkyrie.
Valkyrie. Close enough.
There you go.
Valkyrie. It has 8,500 power. It's a blocker, double breaker, with the ability Overtake. When this creature wins a battle, you can draw a card.
It's minus the fact that it's a Skyforce champion, it's a pretty good card, but the fact that the lowest non-evolution Skyforce champion is a 5-drop, I don't see it getting much play personally, especially with the new Dragon decks coming out.
I don't even really see it being that great of a card, honestly. I mean,
like, in my opinion, by the time you can play Aurora Valkyrie, as me and Trevor were discussing on our way here, I'd rather play the
Ravu the Stormbringer.
Yeah, the Ravu the Stormbringer, because it's a much better play, and you'd play them both on the same turn because you'd be at 6 mana when you can actually play one of them. Well, I mean, you'd have to charge one extra for Skyforce or for Stormbringer, but that's still a better play in the end. So I don't see this card getting play at all.
Maybe some.
And plus, it's not even a shiny, and it looks pretty cool. If artwork, I feel like it should have a shiny card, but
if it was a shiny with the different effects,
maybe
then it would get play.
All right. Next card.
Okay, so now we have
Canyon Skimmer. It is a 4-drop enforcer. It's got Blocker and Skirmisher, and it's got an ability called Lock On. Whenever this creature enters the battle zone, you tap target enemy creature. So this is interesting.
It's a Blinder Beetle.
It's a better Blinder Beetle. It's a Blinder Beetle for 1 more mana, for 1,000 more attack, and it's got Blocker and
2,000. Blinder Beetle's 1,000.
Oh, 2,000 more power. Okay, that's infinitely better actually. So I feel like Blinder Beetle, minus the fact that it's promo, is going out of everybody's decks, and this will be replacing it most likely.
Ooh.
I could see maybe 2 of each.
What drops Blinder? Is it a
3?
It's a 3-drop?
Yeah.
It's 3-drop, 1,000 tap an enemy creature.
Maybe.
I see 2 of each. 2 of each, or 1, 3, or 1, 2. I don't know. Something like that, but not many decks run those cards as is, especially with Dragons coming out, so.
when I was running Mono Enforcers, Blinder Beetle was just a boss, and I would much rather run this thing.
So, point taken, it is a common that
You would
is
want
going
to
to
run a
replace it.
blocker?
Whoa!
That's-
Okay, moving on to the next
Yeah,
card.
that makes sense. No. Okay, so next we're going to be talking about our very first Shield Blast. This is Defense Mode, a level 1 spell. It says, choose one of your creatures. It gets blocker until the start of your next turn.
As I was saying before we had to stop because technical difficulties, I personally feel like it's one of those cards we'd have to do some testing with. I could see it getting some play, but in all honesty, I don't think it's that awesome. Like, it's one of those cards I'd rather have Stormshark Blast than
It almost feels like a card that you want to play on your opponent's turn. But
if
you're
you do,
telling your
still-
opponent you're going to do it. Like, hey, I'm playing this on this next turn. That's what it kind of feels like.
Yeah, like if you hit it with a Shield Blast, I feel like it's not gonna help you that much.
The only combination that would be great with it is Slayer. Just a blocker that kills everything.
But you'd still have to
Yeah.
lose a shield, and if the card that you're wanting to kill is the one that broke that shield,
Yeah.
then you've got some combo.
They're better cards to play.
They're better cards.
Absolutely.
The end of the story is, as Zach said, better cards.
And it's a combo.
There are better cards. And it's a common, exactly.
It fills a slot. Okay.
The next one is another Celestial Dragon. This is the 7-drop dragon called Gemini Dragon. It's Double Breaker and it has the ability, Spell Surge. Whenever you cast a spell, this creature gets plus 4,000 power until the end of turn, and it has 6,500. So, all in all, I personally don't like it.
But imagine playing like
I mean,
draw cards,
if
like
if
logo
you're-
scan, and then attack with this relatively large dragon.
If you're running a bunch of spells and very few cards or creatures, then the problem with that though is that you don't. I feel like you lack the field presence that you need. So I feel like this deck is kind of just mediocre. What do you think, Zach?
It stacks.
Oh, it does stack. Ooh.
That's what I mean.
I mean, minus I still personally don't like it. I mean,
Okay, so-
it's too much mana in my opinion because
What is Quill Spike?
it is a 5-drop, I believe.
Level 5, 5,000.
5,000. Whenever it would be attacked, it gains 5,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I think it's a little bigger than that, but
I don't think it is.
I think that's about how big it is. I mean,
it could get over things. It could get over some annoying little
but
things.
in all honesty, who's going to be running Flame Spike with all the big dragons coming out?
Oh yeah.
Nobody's going to, or not Flame Spike, sorry, Quill Spike. Flame
Oh,
Spike
Quill
is-
Spike.
Flame Spike's still good. But anyways, so all in all, for a rare, I personally don't think it's that good of a card. Just my personal opinion.
I feel like we'll see a lot of them. Not in play, but out of packs.
Yeah, probably. It'll probably be the rare that's easy to get. And another card, which I will mention later, is probably going to be the one that I feel like is going to be hard to get. But anyways.
Next
moving on to the next
card.
Yeah. Woo!
Ooh, it's a bird. We're talking about Lux, the
This is my favorite Firebird.
Light Civilization Firebird. It's a level 2 creature with 1,500 power. It has Dragon Song, if you don't know what that is. It's tap 1 less mana to summon a dragon. And it has the effect Andromeda's Envoy.
That's
Envoy.
the name, by the way.
Envoy.
Yeah, Envoy.
It's an E.
Envoy. But it's pronounced Envoy. Okay, anyways.
If one of your dragons would be banished, you can banish it instead.
My personal opinion on this is it is by far the best Firebird and it's the cheapest mana for a Firebird. So the fact that it's got an insanely good ability of protecting your dragons that you save up for, so you've worked so hard to get the mana for them and you've worked so hard to get them on board, you know, it's just the best one because it's the lowest mana, as I said before, and it protects your dragons in a sense. And it forces your opponent to think about their plays, especially when they're about to play something like a Terror Pit or Bone Blades or something like that. It makes them think about what they're going to hit before they hit it because of Lux. Lux is just good.
I can tell you right now, I'm going to misplay against people with this.
Probably.
Definitely.
Trevor already has in our testing. I'm going to go ahead and say this, we both already misplayed with Luxes and Andromedas on board. We've both not been tapping down creatures with Andromedas on board. You know, it's going to take a lot of getting used to with this new set, especially with cards like this where you could do something if this happens. It's just like, we haven't had these combos that we used to have, and I feel like that's going to change the gameplay a lot.
I'm excited. Okay.
This is yet another Celestial Dragon, because we're still in the light, obviously. It's a 6-drop for 6,000, Lyra the Blazing Sun. It's Double Breaker, and its ability is Solar Flare. When this creature enters the battle zone, tap target enemy creature. That creature doesn't untap at the start of your opponent's next turn.
Yeah, I wasn't listening.
Well, you know what the card does, don't you?
Yeah,
I was
I
going to say.
it's
I can go ahead and
good.
say that based on testing in my Esper Dragons, which is Water Dark Light Control Dragons, which I've done a deck profile on my channel, it is a pretty good card, and especially with, at least with Water Dark Light Dragons, I don't know how they do in other dragons, but it lacks some early game presence, so this is kind of one of those filler cards to help get early game presence, and it's definitely a good early game presence.
I like the fact we're calling a 6-drop early game presence.
Because we
It
got
really is in this set.
Yeah.
In my opinion, any 6-drop, and if it's a dragon in this set, is now more like a 4 or 5-drop in all reality, just because of all the Firebirds that you can get out turn 2 and 3. And I just feel like all the dragons have been like, their mana, I kind of cut them by 1 or 2, and that's what I think of their mana is.
Yeah, I can see
All in
that.
all, it's a good super rare. No, it's not super rare. Sorry.
It's very
rare.
It's
Best
very
rarity.
It's very
Yeah.
rare. But anyways, so I really like that it's a shiny card, and I'm definitely gonna look forward to getting my hands on a playset.
I'm that way with any playset.
True. Mr. Collection over here.
Oh, hey, Hydrobot Crab. Okay, Reflector Cannon. Here's another new race. It's a Fractal.
That's actually.
That's not a new race. Seer Serpent.
Oh, is it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Thanks for reminding
Prove me wrong. It's a level 4 creature, 2000 power, with mirror armor. Whenever it's banished, tap all enemy creatures.
It's only got 2,000 power.
I feel like
but
that'd be more of a, if you want your opponent's blockers out of the way, you'd attack into their big creatures first and then just wipe their field of blockers or something.
The fact that it's 4 mana for just a 2,000, I mean, it's kind of one of those iffy cards. I'm not sure if it's going to be really good or really bad. I don't feel like there's going to be any in between with it. It's just a Storm Spark on legs.
I kind of wish it was a little more expensive and had blocker.
But, because then that, in a sense, is better than Star Lantern as a blocker, because then you can just be like, block, all your stuff is blocked this turn. You can't attack anymore. You can't benefit from your dudes who do things when they attack, like Aqua Seneschal and Giga Stand.
That'd be a little overpowered.
Yeah, it would be a little bit.
That's what I was saying. Make it pay more for it, though.
And the fact that it's not a dragon does kind of help that
Right.
in a little bit. So, I mean, all in all, that's what I have to say to it.
Yeah, at where it is, I agree. Are we in the next? Nope,
No.
we're still in light.
This one is called Spark Cage. It's level 3 spell. Tap target enemy creature, draw a card.
Light's getting
And
draw
Light's-
power.
Light's getting draw power.
Yeah,
Hint to Duel Masters. Ouch. So, go ahead.
there's nothing left to say. It taps
it's
and
good.
it draws.
It's
a
good.
3-drop.
It's good.
It's-
I mean,
Next card.
I see it getting
Yeah.
play, but I'm not sure if it would actually be getting as much play as just sitting here thinking about it would. But anyways, next card, because this card doesn't need much discussion in all honesty.
It does two things.
It does 2 things. It's pretty good. Ooh.
Stormseeker. Stormseeker is a level 5 creature. It's a Skyforce champion with 4,500 power, and it has the ability Spell Spark. When this creature enters the battle zone, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a spell, put it into your hand. Otherwise, it goes on the bottom of your deck.
4,500 for 5. Skyforce champion. Not that good, in my opinion. That was really weird.
What is? It's,
But anyways,
it's a common.
It's the reverse Keeper of Dawn. You know, Keeper of Dawn gets it from the grave. This guy gets it from the deck, and this guy's only a one-time thing. But so is Keeper of Dawn. But you know, that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, it stole something just now. I don't know what.
10 damage.
That needs to be in the video.
Okay, Vectro Scout? This one's you?
Yes, it is.
Last light card.
Oh, it is the last light card, isn't
It's
it?
a V.
Yep, it's the last light card. Oh, did you alphabetically organize them?
Well, yeah.
Wizards
Anyways,
did. Go
3-drop Invader Vectro Scout. It is just a 3-drop, 3,000 vanilla Invader. I'm pretty sure that's a new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they may try to make invaders a thing.
Minus the fact that it's just a vanilla. It's the right vanilla.
I like its artwork.
It is really neat.
It reminds me of something, not a snail.
Vanillas need race support.
It
They
actually
really
does
do.
remind me of a snail, actually.
Yeah, but there's something
Like a
about
snail, but electronic snail. Yeah.
So, water civilization. I'm
Alright,
gonna let you take this
Yes,
one.
because I really like this
I'm
one.
gonna murder it. Verbally.
Oh, okay.
So
this is an 8-drop Tsunami Dragon. It is the super rare dragon, and it is called Izzle of the Frozen Wastes. It is a 8-drop Tsunami Dragon, and it's got the ability Double Breaker. And Arctic Winds. When this creature is tapped, enemy creatures don't untap at the start of your opponent's turn, and it's an 11,000. Now before we get into anything, the very first card we discussed in this video was Andromeda of the Citadel, yeah. I don't know what I'm doing here. But if you didn't already know this, there's like a mini lockdown kind of thing that if it's hard to pull off, but if you do pull it off, it's amazing. Andromeda, they sit there and attack, and then they tap other creatures. Then you play Izzle and attack. And then you're like, your field doesn't untap, sir. So it's like a mini lockdown that I find really really good. But in playtesting, the thing is really hard to get, but if you can manage to pull it off often, definitely you should try and include both in your deck.
The only part of this that makes it kind of tough, in my opinion, is the fact it has to be tapped.
In all honesty, I find it equally, I find it balanced, in my opinion. It's a very good balanced card, and it's decent.
Why can't everything
plus
be
it's more like a
overpowered?
6-drop.
Like Light Civilization.
Like Yu-Gi-Oh!
Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, ooh! Can I get this
have to do this
Okay, so this is 3 in a row for me. Okay, this is special. So this is a 5-drop Shield Blast called Bottle of Wishes. It is my personal favorite card of the set, and I think it's going to be kind of like Gloom Hollow, hard to get.
How many times have you top-decked Orion off of that?
A lot. And Andromeda as well. And along with other random things like Bone Blades and Terror Pits. That stuff is still good though. Reaping So for the win. Anyways, that's an inside joke. It's a Shield Blast for 5 mana, and it's shuffle your deck. Then reveal the top card. If it's a non-evolution creature, put it in the battle zone. If it's a spell card that is level 7 or less, cast it for free. It is casted for free, by the way. That is its text.
Yeah.
And then otherwise, you put it in your hand. So no matter what, you're gaining the card that you reveal, no matter what. So it's really good.
This card?
It's got a really cool artwork.
If it didn't shuffle...
Predict.
Ooh,
no,
predict.
not even predict.
Predict, then Bottle of Wishes when you know what you're getting. But anyways, you shuffle your deck, so that's the downside to it. But I can go ahead and tell you this, if you're running evolutions or if you're running like Skull Shatter and multiple 8-drop spells and multiple evolutions and whatnot, which I think Skull Shatter is the only 8-drop or higher spell.
Yeah,
but anyways, you don't need to be running this card because it's just, I mean, you might want to take in 1 or 2, but like...
If you're not Evo heavy, it's a great card. Otherwise,
if you're like my Dragon deck, it's just like straight up everything can be played by Bottle of Wishes.
Or mine.
Or Trevor's. Okay, next card.
Is this one mine?
Yes, it is finally yours.
Oh, this guy is beautiful.
Oh!
What is it?
Coral Claw.
Oh.
Coral Claw is a level 4 Trench Hunter with 3,000 power.
I like
it's
Trench
a
Hunters.
blocker with guard. But it has Memory Strands. Whenever this creature is banished, you can draw a card.
It replaces itself, and it's only 3,000 for 4 mana. I don't see it getting played. It's
The
interesting.
art is the best part of it. I mean, look at it. It's like milking. That's the best way to describe it.
It kind of reminds me of Stormspark Blast. Is that where Stormspark Blast comes from?
Next card. Go ahead.
Anyways, this is a 7-drop, another Tsunami Dragon, which all the dragons of this set for water are Tsunami. Tsunami Dragon is called Dragon of Reflections. It is a 7-drop, 7,000, double breaker, and it's got Shield Shift. That's a cool name. When this creature enters the battle zone, you may choose one of your shields and put it in your hand. If you do, put a card from your hand into your shield face down, or shield zone and face down as a new shield. That's a very neat card in my opinion. I could see it getting some play.
Weren't you wanting that for the longest time, Zach?
Was I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were wanting a card like that. Because you said Locomotivator, it'd be better if you picked up a shield and put a new shield.
Oh yes, that's the thing. Actually,
Yeah.
Did I say that? Yeah.
Yeah,
you said that ability, exactly. So
Okay.
this ability, he's been wanting it for a really long time, so I'm expecting to see you run it.
They know me better than I know me.
But anyways, so what's your opinion on the card?
It's a card.
It's a card.
It's a rare.
I personally think could be good. We just gotta see how through playtesting and through
With
watching
Andromeda, with the extra shields you pop in,
yes,
you could get some
if you run Water Light, you get all those shields with Andromeda, and you can get the Andromeda is a lock, and then you can like replace all those tons of new shields with this card and get better shields if it's a bad shield. It's just one of those cards. But if you get a good shield, then you're gonna want to put it right back, and it's kind of disappointing because you can't replace a bad shield.
True, but yeah,
I see it getting some play, but we'll find out more in the future.
it's a dragon.
Cyberlord.
Dendrite.
Cyberlord.
Cyberlord, because Cyberlords are not good enough already.
Exactly.
It's a 5-drop Evo. It's a double breaker, and it's 6,000 power, and it has the effect Hydrojet, When this creature enters the battle zone, you may return target creature with level 5 or less from the battle zone to its owner's hand.
I didn't pay attention. I need to read it real quick. So you start explaining. Or
what's to
discussing.
explain? It's a level 5 creature that evolves onto a Cyberlord that bounces things.
That's level 5 or less.
Yeah.
So it's like a bad version of Rasulka, but good at the same time.
Almost like a dumbed down Hydra Medusa.
Wow. Hydra Medusa all of a sudden is infinitely better.
Yeah.
Like, I just have this feeling that Hydra Medusa is infinitely a much better card than it already was.
Yeah, you know, I was trying to run Blurple against your dragons, and Hydra Medusa bossed.
Hydra Medusa is really good against dragons, by the way, guys. Blurple is still putting up a fight, that is for sure. That is one of the few decks from the past format that will continue on through the new format. And Emperor Dendrite could help.
Darkwoods is held up against...
Darkwoods has held up, but I'm not sure if that's... I don't think we've done enough testing. But anyways, back to the card we're discussing. It could see some play in the Blurple, but I highly doubt it because Emperor Neuron's just infinitely better.
There's one thing I love about Cyberlords, and it's just a little flavor thing. Like Emperor Dendrite, how everything's like to do with brain and things along.
The artworks for the Cyberlords are really cool in my opinion.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about artwork, but I do agree.
I really like that. Anyways, next.
Next.
I believe this one is mine, and it's a terrible card, of course. I get the terrible card. Anyways, it's a 2-drop Cyber Virus. Called Eye of the Tides. It is a 2-drop vanilla with 1000 power. Ouch. This is, I feel like this is a joke card.
But you know, they are the eyes of the water civilization. And the ears of somewhere else.
And the mouth and the nose. You know, I feel like
flavor.
You can read flavor text.
Oh, that is the flavor. Oh my gosh. So this card, I have a feeling, is just kind of like one of those last minute, you know, we need a card, so let's make this.
If we get cool Cyber next card, I'll let you do this one.
This is a 6-drop. Wait, no, but I just
I don't care.
Am I doing all the Tsunami Dragons now? Is it official? Okay. 6-drop. 6. I am Blurple. Kind of like CBH. But anyways, 6-drop Tsunami Dragon, Kendrix the Psionic. It is an evolution creature. You put it on one of your dragons. It is a double breaker, and it's got 2 abilities. One is Psionic Aura. I'm going brain dead. What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm holding up the number 1. Keep going.
Okay, this creature can't be blocked. Woo! Emperor Neuron hint. Number 2. At the end of each of your turns, you may draw a card for each shield that was broken that turn. In my opinion, it is the Dragon Evolution version of Emperor Neuron, and if I wasn't running Triple Bottle Wishes in my Dragon deck, I might consider taking in 1 or 2 of this.
I will be running this most likely.
It's Emperor Neuron, and it's one less rarity.
It's a double breaker.
It's a very rare. It's a double breaker. And oh my gosh.
That draws cards.
It's an unblockable double breaker that draws.
And it will most likely draw 2 cards as well. So this
at least.
It will, correction, it will at least draw 2 cards off of its ability. Wait, does it have to stay on board? Yeah, it does.
Oh,
if they kill it, you don't get the draw. But in the end, it's just a better version of Emperor Neuron for a little bit more mana, but with Firebirds, you know, it's kind of more like a... But with all the other big dragons, you gotta think about it that way. There's no small drop dragons.
Better is a word, yes.
Better. Okay, next card. Woo!
Yes,
I actually like this card, and he really likes its artwork.
Oh, its art is beautiful.
I personally don't like its art.
Logos Lookout. It's a level 3 Cyberlord, 2000 power with the effect Sneak a Peek.
That's a cool name.
When this creature enters the battle zone, look at the top card of your deck. You can put it on the bottom of your deck. Put top or bottom. That's it.
It's kind of like I'd rather play Aqua Seneschal at any given point. You know, it's one of those cards. It's neat and it's very interesting in my opinion, but I don't see it being run.
And it's a beautiful artworked card.
Yeah, I personally don't see it being run unless somebody wants to tech in 1 or 2, or kind of like with your Shield Regeneration deck. If you build that, I feel like you would add this in there.
Maybe.
Because you like its artwork.
Yeah.
Anyways, next card. Oh, and it's a common, so it's gonna be really easy to get. Ooh, I like this one, and I'm discussing it.
Yes, I'm fine with that.
This is a 4-drop Cyber Virus. Cyber Virus is finally getting support. Mana Warden. Finally, I don't know what I'm saying that for. Anyways, Mana Warden. It is a 4-drop 4000 blocker guard, and it's got the ability Clone Swarm. When this creature is banished, you may put a creature named Mana Warden from your hand into the battle zone. So you block with it, it dies, you put another one from your hand on the board. It block with that, it dies, put another one from your hand on the board.
It's neat.
It's interesting, but unless you're running straight up 3 of it, which would be kind of a risk that you're taking there with playing it, because it's a high drop creature and it's not really that powerful with dragons out now. So it's a risk you have to take, and it could be good, it could be bad, we just gotta see. I personally don't see it going too far. I don't see it being
I'll
a
agree with
staple.
you on that.
I don't see it being a staple.
It has a hat.
That is true. That is true.
You can read and look at things?
And just to let you
Someday.
guys know, I'm pretty sure this is the only name that was changed from its, like when we were first seeing all the preview cards, it was Man O' War, and then they changed it to Man O' Warden. So I wonder why they changed it.
I didn't even know that card was previewed.
It wasn't, the art wasn't previewed, but the name was, because when or when Dendro Kaijudo opened the packs, he got this card, and they couldn't get the picture at that time.
Nix. Hey, level
The
3
next
Firebird.
Mm.
A water Firebird. It's 1000 power, it has Dragon Song, tap 1 less for dragons, and it has
I just
Isils. What?
Izzles Envoy. And I just realized it has a dragon in the background. I didn't notice that until now.
Firebird, you know, whole dragon thing.
Looks like a Darkness Dragon, though.
It really does. Anyways, Izzles Envoy.
When you put a dragon onto the battle zone, you can draw a card.
That was really fast. Okay, so based on testing through me and Trevor, because we both run it, you really shouldn't be running more than 2 in all honesty. It's probably while it's a neat card and everybody really did overhype it in my opinion, I feel like it's good, but especially with the way the Dragon decks have been working, we found that you get through your deck really fast. Like we're running 46 and 42 card decks, and by the end of the game, which takes a long time, they're much longer matches, we generally only have like maybe a maximum of 5 or 10 cards left in the deck. So the drawing isn't as important as it used to be in my opinion. And while it stacks and that's neat, it's kind of like it's the Firebird that you want to play the least. You want to play the Umbras, you want to play the Luxes, you want to play the Belluas, you want to play all the other Firebirds first. So I feel like this one's the kind of mediocre one. Like it was really overhyped though.
I'll agree.
I
I
discussed
mean,
that for a while.
it draws.
It draws. That's good. But it doesn't benefit your field in all honesty. While it benefits, it gives you hand advantage, but it just doesn't benefit your field in all honesty. Like Umbra and Lux do.
This one's yours, sir.
Okay. I don't like this card. I just don't like the Leviathans personally. Except for Queen Orion, which did really well in that thing. But anyways, 6-drop Queen Tenawa. Did I pronounce that right? Tenawa? Tenawa. Okay. But anyways, it is a 6-drop, 4,000. That's rather not very good. And it's a blocker, and it's got the ability Submerge. If this creature would be banished, return it to your hand instead. Actually, now that I read it, minus the fact that it's really big mana cost, it's actually a pretty good card in all honesty, because I remember, I'm pretty sure I had it in the Silk tournament. I had or in some tournament we did, I had a blocker that whenever it died, I would just bounce it back to hand, and I just kept playing it.
Rapids Lurker was sure.
that card,
Yeah,
Rapids Lurker was that card. The card that nobody knows how to pronounce. I want to see somebody pronounce it
Didn't
properly.
someone ask that on the AMAs?
I think actually, maybe. But anyways, so general concept. Whoa.
What are you woeing?
It's a rare. It
Yeah.
should definitely be an uncommon. It's not that good. So
There's supposed to be bad rares, aren't there?
okay, bad rare. Exhibit A. Next card.
Trial and Error.
I like its card name.
It's a shield blast.
5 mana.
Level 5.
It's very important because between it being 4 and 5 makes a huge difference because it made a difference. Anyways, continue.
Draw 3 and discard 1.
I originally thought it was draw 3, discard 2, but I got that wrong. And it's good. In Blurple Dragons, I can see you discarding a card for Dracothane, the of the Abyss, which we'll be discussing later. It's one of those cards. It's good in some situations.
Yeah.
It reminds me of what's the magic card that draws? It reminds me kind of like of a Ponder or a Brainstorm or something like that, except different. I don't know. But anyways, it's interesting. That's for sure. And I like is that an octopus and an elephant? Oh wait, I know what that is. That's what's the Mighty Shouter? That's Mighty Shouter.
Does Mighty Shouter have that?
Maybe, I don't know. And then what's the octopus? Surely there's some card it references to.
Sushi.
Sushi.
Darkness.
Can I do this one? Because I like this card as well.
Yeah, sure. Why
Okay, so we are entering the darkness
Realm, civilization.
civilization. We're entering the dark realm. You need to have
Cards.
cards, yeah. Okay, so this is a 9-drop super rare dragon. It's a terror dragon called Dracothane of the Abyss. It is a triple breaker. Ouch. Triple breakers are really good, and even without any other ability, it'd still be really good. And its ability is Dominate the Dead. And whenever this creature enters the battle zone, you choose up to 2 non-evolution creatures in your discard pile that are level 4 or less, and you put them into the battle zone. And it's 12,000 triple breaker. That is insanely good. I mean, it's one of those cards you kind of have to set it up, or your opponent has to clear your board for it to work. But whenever it works, it does work.
But I mean, or you have to follow those wishes.
But a double return from beyond is just good.
Yeah, it's just straight up good. And in my opinion, even if you don't have anything engraved, if this is the only big guy you have in your deck, or a big guy you have to be able to put out at the time, a 9-drop 12,000 vanilla triple breaker is still good. And in my opinion, as we've been discussing, Firebirds make them more like 7 or 8 drops. So sometimes even 6 or 5.
Do you know what I didn't know about this till just now realizing it?
It's got a cool art.
No, the fact that it's like, it puts them onto the battle zone. I thought it returned to hand.
Oh no!
Oh, in Draco Thane's lair, dreams become nightmares. That's cool flavor text. So this is probably, okay, so my order, or this is probably third-ish on my order of favorite dragons for super rare dragons of the set. What's your thoughts on them? We haven't heard much of your thoughts.
I don't have thoughts.
As you see, I've play tested. Trevor's play tested. Zach is not play tested.
Yeah, I haven't. This is the first time I've looked through the set.
We have more thoughts on it. I mean, he's seen some of them, but not like truly seen them. So, anyways, let's just move on to the next card. Yeah, because I feel like it's a good. Ooh.
It's a Rotworm. I like.
It's a Rotworm. It's an evolution.
Rotworm support. Oh yeah.
Yeah, ancient grave.
Who's gonna be running Rotworms? Me? No, just kidding.
No one. I'm gonna be running Rotworms. Said nobody ever.
Oh wait. I'm gonna figure it out. Okay, somewhere in this area in the picture, I think there's this little 5-star thingy with like beams coming out of it. I did not notice that for a long time. That every evolution has that, and that's really cool. Even in Duel Masters, they have it. Like on the Duel Masters evolution. Anyways, continue discussing.
Bright idea of the day. It's a 6,000. It's level 4. It's an evolution creature. It has double breaker and Slayer.
If Rotworms become a thing, this is good. If Rotworms, as they are right now, it's not a good thing.
I think this will help mill decks.
It doesn't have mill in it, sir.
Doesn't matter.
Ooh, I like this one. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm gonna read it. And it's got a cool. It's got a really bland background. What are they doing?
There's
no background. True. But anyways, it's a 6-drop Terror Dragon.
Only
Bone Rattle Dragon.
Forest fires.
Bone Rattle Dragon. Anyways, it's a 6-drop 6,000 double breaker. Soul Shivers is its ability, and it's whenever this creature attacks, choose a player. That player puts the top 2 cards of his or her deck into his or her discard pile. We are finally getting Mill. Mill could become a thing.
I don't know, I don't think this could help Mill. But I mean, Ancient Graveworm, that's where it's at.
Ancient Graveworm mills, while that Bone Rattle Dragon does not mill.
No. That will not be in a mill deck.
I'm worried about your mental health, sir. You might want to go check that out. Yeah. But anyways, so if mill becomes a thing, which I have a feeling it could become a thing in the next couple sets, it'll take it a couple sets to become a thing, because we've only got like, what, 4 or 5 mill cards so far? Or true mill cards. And then the promo for the Duel Days, the Blurple Dual Civ creature, it's like whenever it enters the zone, or the battlefield, or whatever they call it in this game, I can't remember.
Battle zone.
Battle zone. Whenever it enters the battle zone, both players mill a card. So it mills yourself, but it's milling cards. So I have a feeling mill could become a thing.
Doesn't it say all players? It may be setting up for multiplayer.
It may say all players, actually.
I don't know if I could see this being multiplayer, maybe? Maybe, no.
I mean, it could.
Speaking of multiplayer, I watched a video on Earth Power's channel, I believe, and he had a video of him, Gorby, CVH, and somebody else, I can't remember who the last person was, and they were playing 1v1v1v1. And they also played a double duel as well, which was really neat, and I want to try that with you guys maybe sometime. Anyways, next card.
I agree.
Next card. We need to get on with this.
I like this one. Devouring Smog. It is a level 6 shield blast. I'm getting all the shield blasts.
May all your shield be
over here.
May all your shield be blast.
Your opponent chooses one of his or her untapped creatures in the battle zone and banishes it.
Ouch.
Cool. I like Terror Pit better. I mean,
this is less mana, and if they've only got one untapped creature, you could force banishing it.
It's actually tested pretty well with us. Me using Ensnare and him using
and Ensnare, which is the green or the nature counterpart to Devouring Smog, and they actually have tested pretty well. You don't want to run like more than 2 of them though, because you know, there's Terror Pit and Bone Blades, which are infinitely better. But this is still an extra kill spell, which killing spells, you can never get too many kill spells. In my opinion.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that.
You can never get too many. And plus, it's an uncommon. It'll be easy to get this card.
True. It doesn't seem as consistent.
I don't think there's much discussion going on with this card because it's just what it is.
Yeah, that's
So next
true.
card. I'm getting all the dragons.
You are.
7-drop Dreadclaw Dark Herald. It is a terror dragon. It's a 7-drop 7,000 with double breaker and Knight of the Dragons. When this creature enters the battle zone, return all dragons from your discard pile to your hand.
Rar.
Rar. Dragons say rar. This card, in my opinion, I could see it getting play, but as of right now, I have not personally tested, and I actually completely forgot about it when building my deck. I might actually
Maybe
dragons don't get destroyed that often, and when they do, they.
I mean, with your little combo of ramming the dragons
don't
with
get
Umbra
destroyed
Lux.
often, but when they do,
they get destroyed.
Jeff, with your combo of Lux and Umbra, you.
Yeah, you do Lux and Umbra. No, even without Lux, because you want your dragon to grave this.
Yeah.
You go Umbra, and with your weaker dragon than their dragon, you ram into their dragon, your dragon's gone. Hey, Dreadclaw's back.
We'll be discussing Umbra later.
We'll be discussing most of the cards we're mentioning later. Which is
we're only on the second civ.
We need to continue. Actually, third.
Third?
Light, water.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, third. Dark is third.
You get another nasty looking card. Oh, I remember this card.
And worms. Drooling Worm. It's a rot worm. It's a level 5 creature with 3,000. When it enters the battlefield, each player chooses and discards a card.
Meh.
How
this is terrible.
This good?
It's 5 mana. Why not? You know, for 1 more mana, you get a puppet, a Razorkindred puppet, and this one, both players discard a card. It's worse than Fumes. Fumes is a 4-drop, what, 2,000?
Yeah.
And it's infinitely better because your opponent discards a card, not you.
But this is Rotworm. That's a Tarborg. I mean, Rotworms are getting support, but as still not really.
No, I'm just gonna move on because I don't like it. It's terrible.
Gloom Tomb.
This is mine.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it is. And I like saying its name.
It's a level 3.
Oh gosh. Put the top 3 cards of your deck into your discard pile. Then return a creature from your discard pile to your hand.
I'll take that one.
Oh, it actually says that, Magaria the Collector. A quote from Magaria. See, I'm oblivious.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Because I've seen him in multiple things. I believe another person on the interwebs pointed that out.
I don't know who it is, but we might find out in the future. Anyways, next card, because that card doesn't need much discussion. I don't think it's that good, personally. But anyways.
I like this card.
It's a brain jacker.
I've liked it. Yeah, I like it. It's a
Bloody Skeeter.
Bloody Skeeter.
It's a level 2 creature. It has 1,000 power. It's a blocker with guard.
Brain bite.
And
that's cool.
Whenever it's banished, your opponent chooses and discards a card.
So it's a 2-drop 1,000 blocker that whenever it dies, you get to discard a card out of your opponent's hand.
Stops your opponent from
finds
getting you
memories delicious. That's nice. I'm liking the flavor.
On me.
I'm really liking the. Ooh, ouch, that sucks. Flavor texts are really good in this set. That's all I have to say. Oh, this is a card that.
You notice the names are a little bit better in this set.
The names are really good in this set. And I personally really like this set a lot. It's my favorite set so far, and I really like the flavor text. Patients that have been sewn together make the best doctors. Wait, what?
It's a chimera.
Wait, so the patients that have been sewn together make the best doctors. So if you get sewn together by this dude, you become a doctor. Is that what that's saying?
It's a level 5 chimera. It has 2,000
more chimera support, yeah.
And it has the effect Restitch. When it enters the battle zone, choose a creature in your discard pile and return it to your hand.
I saw CVH testing a version of his Blurple deck where his current Blurple deck, which is the Blurple decks you guys see all around, which is very popular, running Patchwork Surgeons and I believe Dendrite, Emperor Dendrite. It teched in 2 of each of those, I think, in place of who knows what. And I could see it doing some work, but it's really weak for it, you know. I feel like it's one of those cards that has to be tested. It's a return or a dark return on the body for more mana. And it's on the body, which is kind of important because you want stuff to be on body.
Cthulhu.
If you guys
Spell it.
I can't spell that. I know, I've seen it before. Ooh, I like this one a little bit because it's a Shadow Champion, which
is a spitter.
It's a spitter. It's a spitter.
Ignore me. Go on.
Okay, 5 Ripper Reaper. That's a cool name. It's a 5-drop 4,000 with the ability Cursed Scythe. When this creature enters the battle zone, you may choose one of your other creatures and banish it. If you do, your opponent chooses one of his or her creatures in the battle zone, banish that creature.
Rothus in a new civilization.
Yes. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, Zach.
Ooh.
Rothus in Darkness, which fits Darkness much
Yeah,
better.
it makes more sense.
So it makes more sense. It's a Rothus from Duel Masters that makes more sense. In Kaijudo form.
I'll talk about whenever we get to fire. Yeah, that's all there is to say about it.
It's a Rothus Dark. And it's decent. It's one of those cards. And you have the option. You don't have to banish one of your creatures. And plus, it could be just one of those things. It's kind of like Devouring Smog for 6 or for 5 instead of 6, except your opponent gets the choice. You play it, tribute itself, get rid of one of their creatures. While that wastes a lot of mana and takes off the board presence that you just put, you don't. Most of the time, most of your other creatures you want to stay on board.
I like it.
So it's one of those cards I could see it doing more.
This was so much better in Duel Masters.
I bet you it was.
It
has a really cool artwork.
Same in Duel Masters. It was
Even
a
their
shield trigger.
teeth have teeth.
It was a shield trigger.
Oh, shield trigger.
Shield trigger makes every creature better.
Shield trigger creatures is something I really hope to see in the future because I played a Duel Masters versus Kaijudo game with Trevor a while back and it was kind of funny. But anyways, shield blast creatures are fun. So anyways, card.
Toothed Grubling. It's another Rotworm. It's a 3-drop 3000.
Vanilla.
Moving on.
Firebird!
You like birds?
I love birds. Anyways, this is probably my second favorite. It's kind of a toss-up between some of the others, but it's my second favorite Firebird. It's Umbra, 2-drop, Dragon Song, of course. You tap 1 less mana to summon dragons. A Dracothane's Envoy. All your dragons have Slayer, and it's a 2-drop 1000.
Because dragons aren't good enough.
Nope.
Dragons are already really powerful, so when you... The one problem with dragons is if you're running the weaker of the 2 dragons and your opponent's running the stronger of the 2 dragons, you want to find a way to get over it. So Umbra helps you find that way.
Or just kill it. Yeah.
Moving on to the Fire Civilization. It feels like we've been doing this for a long time.
You've been doing all the armored dragons. Why don't you continue?
Well, all the dragons, not armored dragons.
You say we've been doing this for a long time. This is the small set.
Woo! Anyways, so
9-drop.
Armored Dragon, Infernus the Awakened. The second, it's the third triple breaker in existence so far, I believe, and it's the second one of this set. It's a triple breaker with the ability Inferno Rockets and Infernus's Decree. Inferno Rockets says when this creature enters the battle zone, and whenever it attacks, banish target enemy creature that has power 4000 or less.
Better wrist rocket already.
Yeah.
Kill Firebirds with that, people. If they have a Fireboard on board, kill that. So that
Firebird on bird.
Burn the bird!
Burn the bird! Well, we saw Brian on the way here, I think. But anyways, Infernus's Decree. Your opponent cannot summon creatures that have power 4000 or less. So you put this guy on board, kill a bird. Swing with them, kill a bird. Swing with them, kill a bird. And then eventually they'll have no birds on board. So in my opinion, in a Nature Fire Rush deck, and it's got 13,000 of power, which is really good with Triple Breaker. It gets over the other Triple Breaker, Dracothane of the Abyss. So it gets over the other Triple Breaker of the set, which is really good.
And Kurgar. He's a triple breaker.
And Kurgar is a Triple Breaker, so there's actually 4 now, actually. But anyways, back to this.
Spike.
That's
older set though.
Is that Triple Breaker?
Or not?
No,
Spike,
no, it's
Flame
double
Spike.
breaker.
What is it?
Evo Fury?
Yeah,
Evo Fury.
He was counting that.
So that's 5 actually.
Oh.
Is it?
Anyways, moving on.
It's a number.
It's a number. This card, like, I feel like it's the card that if you run a Nature Fire Mana Ramp Dragon deck, you want to get this guy on board as quickly as possible to get rid of all your opponent's Firebirds, so that way they have to put the mana, the physical 9 mana on board to play their 9-drop dragons. You know, it's forcing them to play their dragons later game than you are, which gives you much more advantage than your opponent.
So he basically says, hey, I play birds, not you.
Unless you break Bottle of Wishes with him.
Which is sad.
I like this.
You can.
Do you know why I like this?
Bagash.
One reason alone. That's not my reason. Okay, Bagash. He's a level 4,
It's got an
3000,
interesting artwork.
and he's a stomper.
Stomper,
I like his artwork.
Stomp.
First, let me say his ability. He has protected.
Stomp.
While you have another creature in the battle zone, it can't be attacked. I like that, but this is the reason I like it. If you look at his artwork and you look at Stomper, does he not look kind of like he would be in the same category as the Traveler from Duel Masters?
Yes. So that hints towards Rothus the Traveler being a card in the future, maybe?
Maybe, hopefully. Love me, wizards.
Loved him. Moo.
Next card. Blast Forge
No,
Dragon.
no, this is me. I'm doing all the dragons.
Yes.
So 6 drop, 5,000. Blast Forge Dragon, it's an armor dragon, just like all the red dragons are so far. It's got the ability Slag Cannon. When this creature enters the battle zone, banish target enemy creature that has power 2,000 or less. Ready, fire, aim. Wait, what? Ready, misprint.
No, that's not a misprint, sir.
Ready, fire, then aim. So you fire before you aim now, guys. So remember this, whenever you're about to shoot something, fire, then aim.
If you have revolvers that big, it doesn't matter.
That is true, and wings to fly you around so you can just like, be like blasting down on them.
I'm thinking the next is it? Yes, it is. We were done with that one. Sir.
Not quite yet. We haven't discussed it. We just said what it is and what its artwork is, and it's like.
But the next one's more
it's not that
interesting.
good. Yes, the next one is more interesting, but we don't.
It's a Dracone or a Dracon or a
Dracone. Yeah, whatever you want to call it. It's got many different things.
Yes,
Mr. Dracone Man. Dracone Man over
Bronca the Treacherous. It's a level 2 Dracone with 2,000 power.
It's a vanilla, but what's the important part about it, Zach?
Its other card.
There's a card
Bait,
that helps
not bait. It is bait.
And here we are. Burnclaw the Relentless. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was a level 3. It is a level 3 evolution creature. It's 5,000 power, and if you play that, you get to
It's an evolution. It's an evolution, and whenever it enters the battlefield, you search your deck. You may take a creature
For Bronca.
named Bronca the Treacherous from your deck and put it into the battle zone. Tetris.
You said Tetris.
Tetris. Bronca the Tetris. And you put it onto your battle zone. So it's basically like, hey, I'm gonna play this 3-drop dude and get a 2-drop dude as well. Or 2-drop chick. And Bronca's like, so here's what I heard somebody discussing this, so I'm gonna do the same thing here.
Wait. That's a girl?
Yeah, that's a girl. That's totally a girl, even though it doesn't have girl features. But anyways, it's a girl. it's Bronca, it's a girl. But anyways, so Burnclaw the Relentless is like, yeah, I'm over here firing my awesome guns, and I'm just really big and awesome. And then Bronca's like, I'm carrying all your things for you. Yeah. Would you need this gun? Here you go. Yeah, that's how I feel it is.
The fact it's a girl, all my comments are done. Next card.
Ooh, interesting card.
Yeah.
Hey, I get a Shield Blast.
Yeah.
That's a first. It's kind of a toss-up between it and another card, which we'll discuss here in a second. It's Dragon's Breath. It's a 7-drop Shield Blast, and it has this ability. Banish target enemy creature that has power 3,000 or less. Banish target enemy creature that has power 2,000 or less. Banish target enemy creature that has power 1,000 or less. So, it's kind of up between it and, I can't think of the name of it all of a sudden.
Barrage.
Barrage, yes. Barrage and Dragon's Breath. It's kind of interchangeable.
Barrage is better.
Barrage is overall better, but I feel like in certain situations, Dragon's Breath can be infinitely better. But it depends on the situation. So I feel like it's like one of those cards you run 2/2 or 3/1 or something like that. Like you run more Barrage if you're going to run more of one, and then less
I feel like
Dragon's
this would
Breath.
take over some of the Shield Blasts that Red has right
Such as Rock Bite. Rock Bite's a very lackluster one. It only banishes 3,000 or less, which is very weak. So
yeah, this definitely.
like I feel like the Shield Blast for fire should now be triple Comet Missile if you're running like mono fire or very dominant fire. Dracones, which I have a feeling he's gonna be making.
Oh yes.
Which I feel like I might update mine too, because it is a good deck. But anyways, its staple lineup should be
Good.
Comet Missile, or triple Comet Missile, triple Tornado Flame, triple Barrage, and then like 1 or 2 Dragon's Breaths. Or Breath. Do you agree with that?
I wasn't listening, so I will agree with you.
I just said the most terrible deck. Ooh, Melt Warrior. This is new.
All of these are new.
Touche.
It's explosive infantry. It's a level 2, 1,000. When it's banished, banish target enemy creature that has power 1,000 or less.
Interesting.
Don't mind me.
Should I say stupid furry?
Stupid furry. But anyways, by the way, you've gotten the light there. But anyways, it's good and bad, and good and bad. That's all I have to say. What about you?
You know, there's Bronca and all them. That's better. Let's go on.
Yeah. Hammer Fist. Another spell.
I like it.
Banish target enemy creature that has blocker. Comet Missile for 2 more. And then choose one of your creatures. It gets powerful attacker plus 3,000 until the end of turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what card I like better?
What?
Can't remember all of a sudden. The card that you run. The 3-drop.
Explosive infantry?
Yes, Explosive Infantry. No. The 3-drop card that you run. Magma Madness. Magma Madness is infinitely better. I'm already going to go ahead and say that. It's infinitely better. While this does get rid of a blocker and Magma Madness does not, but it just depends. Let's move on to that.
I feel like that last set would have been just good.
It would have been really good last set, but now the Dragon Drought, I feel like it's very lackluster. I'm gonna go ahead and name this one because I had
dragon.
I had ideas with it originally, but I decided not to run fire. But anyways, 5-drop, 5,000
Yes.
Armor Dragon, Herald of Infernus. It's got the ability War Cry. Whenever this creature wins a battle, you may put a non-evolution dragon from your hand into the battle zone.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
If you're running fire, you should be running this. If you're running fire dragons, because you just get a free dragon that's non-evolution, which
and
most
it's
of them are
a
non-evolution.
5-drop.
And it's 5,000. It's like a 5-drop 5,000 vanilla with the
Turn 2 bird. Turn 3 bird.
Turn 4 Herald of Infernus. Or turn 5 ram into your weak dude, and I win the battle. So I put this big Infernus the Awakened, which kills fire birds, onto the board. Combo wombo. Yeah. Next card.
Yeah. It's Kanina, the original. It's Firebird, level 4, 2000, Dragon Song, surprise there. And it has Infernus Envoy.
Infernus' Envoy.
Infernus is
Envoy, not Envoy. Anyways, all of your dragons have powerful attacker plus 2000, or powerful attack plus 2000. It's the worst Firebird,
Yeah.
just to say the least. It's lackluster. All the other Firebirds, in my opinion, even Nyx, has really good abilities. And then this one's just like, yeah.
There's 3 Kaninas on there.
Shouldn't it be Kanina? Apostrophe yes? No, wait, no.
That would make it. Is there
This
more?
is what happens when I'm dying.
Yes, there is more.
There is more. Let's continue. This one's got a really cool
It's
artwork.
the Tatsurion of the set.
Go ahead. Do you have a samurai sword? Okay, just continue with the set.
Did you just notice that?
Yes, I just noticed
Why did
that.
you think he was crawling under the table?
That is true. Anyways, Ragefire Tatsurion. Explain this card to me. I don't understand it.
You don't know what it does, do you?
Oh my
Actually,
god.
I know exactly
Okay,
what
I
it
don't
does.
know what it
Then how do
does.
you not understand?
You don't know what it does?
I don't read.
Read.
It's meant
Mage
to
Fire Tatsurion is
You
a
must
level
read
5,
to them.
5,000 plus creature. It's an armor dragon and a beastkin
I
with
that.
Wreck Havoc.
Wreck Havoc. That's a cool ability name.
While you have 2 cards in hand, this...
No.
No? Read it.
Hold on,
So,
no.
like, while
no,
you
no,
have-
no, 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 no. Let me pull it up on my phone because I can read the text better on my
Is that
phone.
2 or is that no?
While you have no cards in hand, it gets
Yeah, I think it's no
Powerful
cards.
attacker plus 3,000 double breaker and can't be targeted by your opponent's spells and abilities.
So, with no cards in hand, it's good.
With
cards
Rush,
in
you're
hand,
gonna do
it's
that
bad.
often.
Yeah, with Rush, it's really meant for a Rush deck as a 1 or 2 of tech. In my opinion, it could be very good and it could be very bad. It depends on the situation. Obviously, because its abilities only come while you've got no cards in your hand. It's kind of like when you get punished for having no cards in your hand and no hand advantage. It kind of just helps you get rid of that.
Do you know what I think
punishment.
helps this a lot though? It's a dragon
And it's a beastkin.
and it's a beastkin.
So
That right there,
it's good. It's not amazing, but anyways,
it's good for whenever you'll play it because the birds will lower it,
birds will lower it
and then it's also evo bait.
for
Dragons
Flame
and-
Spike and
yeah.
Dragon Evos, which I'm pretty sure the Kendrick's the Psionics
the
the
only
only one, which is the blue. So you'd have to splash in blue, obviously, and
That's
green.
what makes
and green. So it'd be like a blue, green, red deck, which I could see being very
and
cool.
black and
That's cool.
and
light.
yellow.
And like, just run
I'm
all
gonna
five.
run all of the
Five,
colors.
six.
Bay.
And yes, another inside joke is awesome. Anyways, so next card, 7-drop Armored Dragon. It's an 8,000. Ooh. It's called Spellbane Dragon. It's a double breaker, and it's got the ability Backfire. Whenever your opponent casts a spell, choose one of your opponent's shields. This creature breaks that shield. I actually did not know about this card.
It's pretty good.
I,
You guys
I
explain it to
actually read this one earlier.
I feel like while red is like a lackluster color in my opinion at the moment, especially dragon-wise, I feel like dragons, the light, nature, water, and darkness are really the big dragon decks. I feel like if you build a dragon deck with this card in it, you're going to be surprising some people because there's a lot of spells being played, and that's a lot of free breaking of shields, in all honesty, and it's just good.
Like punish them for playing Bottle of Wishes.
Yeah, punish them for... The next card is the Start of the Natures. We've got the 9-drop super rare dragon. It's a triple breaker, 9-drop, 12,000 dude, Earth Strike dragon, Kurgar of the Hordes. Its ability is Ancient Call. Whenever a card is put into your mana zone, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a non-evolution creature, put it in the battle zone. Otherwise, put it on the bottom of your deck. Initially, we thought this card was going to be amazing.
I built my deck based entirely around it.
And it's turned out to not be that good.
By the time you actually...
I mean, it depends on the way you build the deck, but by the time you actually get it out, it's kind of too late for it.
You generally don't have too many creatures left, and your deck is already thinning out as it is.
It's got really good art. That's the good part about it, pretty much.
I still say, what's the name of that card?
Predict?
Turn to mana.
Oh.
No.
Mana Bind?
It's the one that takes almost everything.
This is cool.
Level,
Tendril Grasp.
Tendril Grasp.
Yeah.
Tendril Grasp with that could be mean.
Ooh, because for every one you put in, you reveal.
Yeah, just...
Yeah. But anyways, moving on. Bird time. Speaking of birds.
Belua. Belua is a level 4 Firebird with 2,000 power, Dragon Song, and Kurigar's Envoy. Each of your dragons can't be blocked by creatures that have less power than it.
So pretty much unblockable. In unison, like a boss. That's the second time we've had something in unison, so that's pretty cool. So this is the hardest to get out one other than Kanina because they're both 4-drops.
But nature, ramp.
It's nature, it's ramped, so you can get to it easily, and it's just one of the better Firebirds in all honesty. If you're running nature, run it.
Yeah. Megabug.
Megabug!
Copper
It's
Locust.
It's 4-drop, 4,000 vanilla. That's all I need to know.
Next card.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is an interesting card. It got previewed not too long ago, actually.
Who previewed it?
I don't know. But anyway, we need to make this fast, so.
Okay.
Dauntless Tusker. It's a Tusker.
Yeah.
3-drop. It's 2,000 plus power, and it's got the ability Draconic Might. While you have a dragon in the battle zone, this creature gets powerful, or gets plus 4,000 power, not powerful attack, so plus 4,000, so it becomes a 6,000, and it has Double Breaker.
And it's fluffy.
No, that's not him. Oh. Furry. It's furry too. It's you.
Next card.
It's you. Next card. It's good. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like this one.
I like it too.
It's a Shield Blast. It's mine. Energize. It's a level 3.
Influence anything.
It's a level 3 Shield Blast spell. It basically sprouts, puts the top card of your deck into your mana zone,
and each of your creatures
gets
get
plus
plus
1,000
power. That's amazing and decent. I mean, it's not amazing.
It's not done anything with us so far, but I can really see.
Other than the mana charging, it's done nothing for us in testing. So it's just one of those cards.
You know, after saying it out loud, I think I prefer Sprout.
Control mana, and you can influence anything. That's its flavor. I really like the flavor text of this set.
Pretty sure someone said that back in Duel Masters. Ensnare.
I like it better on this one. Anyways, oh wait, in Duel Masters. Okay. Ensnare. If you remember our Devouring Smog back in our Darkness stuff, this is the nature's version of it. Every nature and darkness spells, kill spells, they do the same thing except one darkness banishes and nature
puts in
mana. So it's your opponent chooses one of his or her untapped creatures in the battle zone and puts it into their mana zone. It's a 6-drop Shield Blast, just like Devouring Smog. So it's kind of like Devouring Smog. You don't really want to be running more than 2. Oh, it's a dragon. I get it. And it's very interesting artwork. I like it.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Anyways, 5-drop, 7,000. It's a terrible card.
Oh yes, this thing.
Hornblade Dragon. It's an Earthstrike Dragon with Skirmisher. Disappointment just set in. I looked at its artwork and I was like, ooh, this could be a really cool card. Read its ability and its power and its mana cost and ooh.
Just bad card.
Bad card, bad. Hey, Chief Many Tribes is quoted. The Fire Civilization is not the only one with dragons.
Oh, like all of the civilizations.
Even though I definitely just spoke earlier that dragons is the weakest dragon.
Fire.
Dragons. Fire is the weakest dragons in my opinion.
Yeah.
In this set.
Your go, sir.
It's a bug.
I'm in your face.
Manapod Beetle.
In your face.
It's a level 2. It's a 1,000.
Yes, it is.
It's mana infused. Whenever it would be banished, put it into your mana zone instead.
Gas Bag, level 2, 1,000 less power. That's all I need to say. Carrot.
No, Gas Bag.
Gas Bag.
Yeah, Carrot does that too, doesn't
Gas
it?
Bag.
Gas Bag is closer.
Gas Bag is much closer. Anyways, moving on.
That's cool.
Yeah, I really like this artwork. I didn't see that. Oh wait, I thought I didn't see this thingy in the corner with all the evolutions. But anyways, Sokran the Untamed. Sokran. It's a 7-drop evolution Earthstrike Dragon. You just put it on one of your dragons, just like all the other evolution dragons so far. It's a double breaker, and it's 11,000, which is pretty big. Dragon Frenzy. Whenever one of your dragons wins a battle, choose one of your opponent's shields. That dragon breaks that shield.
Lepidos, but...
Lepidos Dragon Form. Woo!
Yeah.
That's actually kind of cool. I could see it getting played, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah,
shiny.
except Lepidos touches everything.
Yeah, and it puts it into their
dragons.
mana,
Didn't
which will put
Levinos
shield
kind
less.
of turn out meh?
Yeah, it really did.
Steel Hammer.
It's a Beastkin. It's a level 3. It's a 1000 that jumps up to 5.
Not good.
Ooh,
It gets killed easily. It gets killed easily.
It kills easily.
People ram into it. More Mega Bug support! More evolutions! Woo!
It's an Evo.
5-drop evolution for Mega Bugs. The Swarm Leader. Evolution, put on one of your Mega Bugs. Double Breaker. Hive Charge. While attacking, this creature gets plus 2,000 power for each other creature you have in the battle zone. I like it. It's 6,000 plus, and it gets 2,000 for each one.
Oh, that can get pretty massive.
That can get pretty massive, especially with how many creatures we get putting on boards with this new set. Like it feels like one deck will have like 20 creatures on board, and one deck will only have like 5. It depends on who's got the advantage. It's an interesting card. Reminds me of the 3-drop red card that attacks, and for each other
Legionnaire Lizard.
Legionnaire Lizard. It's a better Legionnaire Lizard for Mega Bugs, which is kind of cool.
It's a bug.
I get this one.
It almost
It's cute.
looks like a
It's got
Chimera.
Firebirds in it. It's got Firebirds in it. Or not Firebirds.
Those are dragons.
Oh, those are baby dragons. Okay. Treetop Dragon. This is really cool.
Baby dragons.
That's a 6. Baby dragons.
No, I would love to see like a 2-drop dragon whelp. Just a
Okay,
little...
but anyways, Treetop Dragon. It's an Earth Strike Dragon, 6 for 6,000, Double Breaker. It's just a vanilla Double Breaker. It's not probably going to see play.
Thorn Dragon's better.
It gets killed by Tornado Flame. This doesn't.
But still, it gets bigger.
Actually, I personally think that this one's better because,
Oh,
in my opinion,
yeah.
Grand Gur's not going to be run anymore, so there's not any big, more than
Yeah,
4,000.
there's no real need
blockers.
to get a little bit bigger than 5,000.
There's not many blockers that get that big, so this guy's bigger, or is a little bit bigger than Thorn Dragon, and it also dodges Tornado Flame, which Thorn Dragon does not. So Thorn Dragon,
Yeah.
it depends on which one you like better. I like this one better, even though it's not
I'd
shiny.
rather run Lyra though.
Lyra.
If you're running light.
Oh, that's the last card of the
Oh,
set,
is that
guys.
it? That
we
is
are
it.
finally done. It took us a little while, and
We've had many camera problems.
10 minutes left.
we've had many camera problems. We've had many technical difficulties, and we're happy to get through it. And we're happy to get this video to you guys, so we hope you guys enjoy the video. Just rate, comment, subscribe, you know, go check out some other channels such as CVH, Earth Power, and them, and then check out my personal channel, which will be in the description down below, correct?
Yeah.
Down below.
I have a channel. There's
But he
nothing
doesn't
on
use it. I use my channel. This is Prophecy TCG. It's been going on for a while.
I might. It won't be
Might.
card stuff, but it might be something.
Might.
Subscribe.
So subscribe to our channel. There will be more videos coming in the near future. And that's all we've got for you guys.
So until next time.
May all your shields be blessed.
No, that's
Yeah.